going to be making our own chicken stock. Why are we going to be making our own chicken stock? Well, it's a great question. You can go and buy it at the shops, no problems, but you also are buying something that's full of preservatives, you're not quite sure what's gone in, and we don't have any numbers on our stock here. So we want to know exactly what's going in, and we want to get the best flavour out of all natural products. And really, it takes no time at all. So we start off by making a mirepoix. A mirepoix is carrots, onions, celery and leek. Once you've got those all diced up the same size, then we continue to go on and make our stock. So with the mirepoix, we have to peel the skin off the carrot, otherwise it just becomes quite bitter in the stock.
It also makes the stock cloudy. We want to keep a nice clear chicken stock, and any sort of peel, or if the veggies are cut too small, they go mushy and turn my stock cloudy.
Absolutely. So with the carrot, I do want, sometimes when I'm making a stock, I just leave the ends on as well, but it just depends. Do you want them off?
Look, it doesn't really matter. A stock, we throw the vegetables out. It's just to flavour the stock, so it doesn't really matter. As long as the vegetables have been washed, which these have, it's just getting rid of the outside peel.
Exactly. So what I like to do is just cut my carrot in half and leave them into quite good chunks. If I cut them too small, then within about half an hour, that's just going to disintegrate and it's really going to cloudy the soup up, the stock up, as Brett was saying. So now what I do with that size, I now have to keep everything around that exact same size. So with our celery, don't put your leaves in, again, they're too bitter. So I just chop the leaves off. And again, I just put them into nice chunky pieces. And with the onion, again, you can leave the skin on. It's not going to harm it in any way. So I usually do, just to make my life a little bit easier. Cut it into quarters. Everything's around exactly the same size. With some garlic, sometimes I like to put garlic, and this is another reason why I like to make my own stock, is I like to add a little bit of extra flavour in there. So I love garlic and I want a slow release of flavour. So what I'm going to do is just take a couple of cloves and just smash it. The blade of my knife onto the garlic and my palm. I just want to use the palm of my knife and make sure you're pointing your blade down so you don't actually cut yourself, and just smash it. So what that does is it opens the garlic up, it releases the oils, but it's very, very slow, okay? So if I chopped it all up and threw it in, it'd be very overpowering. This way, it's releasing the oils and it's going to slowly flavour my stock. So I'm ready now.
Leek?
Oh, leek, sorry. I forgot my leek.
There you go, your leek.
Take the green bits off. Just use the stem of the leek. Cut it in half. And then, again, in your chunky pieces. All right.
Beautiful.
Oops, I didn't quite wash that well.
So now Camilla's done the veggies, and she has explained the major thing is getting the right size. By having it chunky, we can put it in with our chicken bones, and we cook this for 2 hours. It comes to the boil, we turn it onto a gentle simmer and we allow it to cook for 2 hours. If the veggies were cut too small, then they would go cloudy, mushy, and you'd have a nasty looking stock. If the veggies are too big, they haven't cooked in time and you haven't got the flavour out of the vegetables. So it's all about matching the size of your vegetable to the length you cook your stock. A fish stock is only cooked for 20 minutes, so you'd cut your veggies very small to get the maximum flavour out in 20 minutes. So what we've got our vegetables in there. Now you're free to add some white wine if you like, but I'm going to add the white wine later. We don't really need it at the start. I've got my chicken bones. Now, they're probably just a little bit big, so I'm going to cut those in half, and that's relatively the same size as the vegetables.
Chicken bones are great because they are full of flavour and they've got the bone and they make the stock go a little bit gelatinous, and they're just absolutely jam-packed. So if you are looking to make a really yummy stock, don't put your breasts in or your thighs. Go straight towards your chicken bone, and the cheap's like $4 for a pack of 12. So that's what you want.
Now, when chefs are taught, we go to TAFE, we do an apprenticeship for 4 years. Every time it's drummed into us, a stock is the base. A good base makes a beautiful sauce. Without a good base, you don't have a good sauce. So everything about this is what builds up to the perfect soup, the perfect sauce, is our beautiful base stock. To flavour this, we're going to put a couple of bay leaves in and a little pinch of peppercorns. Later on, this is going to be strained off, so any of the peppercorns, vegetables, bones will all be discarded, and you just get the beautiful broth. Now we've got cold water. With your cold water, you just want to cover your bones. So now our bones are covered. We just turn it on to a high heat, and as soon as that comes to the boil, we turn it down. If any scum comes on top, that just comes out of the bones and the fat from the chicken, we just skim that off with a ladle and keep a nice gentle simmer for 20 minutes.